Hey, welcome to What the Flumph, the D&D podcast starring me and 3 other friends. My name is Sammy, and I'll be dungeon mastering.
I'm Riley. I'm playing the role of Alec Silvertide, a half-orc wild magic sorcerer.
I'm Maddie. I'm playing the role of Adelaide Redfallow, a level 1 fighter shifter.
And joining us, we have...
Hi, I'm Devon. I'm going to be joining as a character to be revealed.
Woo!
It's been a week since the events of Blacktree Manor. Alec Silvertide has been in a hospital bed. You're feeling pretty good. I think it's safe to say that what you did during this past week is sleeping.
Yeah, I'm a sleepy little nerd. I got a crystal in my chest.
Adelaide, what have you been up to in the past week?
Oh, I've just been hanging around, visiting Alec in the hospital, probably hanging out with Ushug, doing stuff.
In the week since the disaster at Blacktree Manor, the mayor has sort of organized a force to go up there and essentially loot the place. Just taking everything that is valuable or could otherwise help the town. Because, hey, if the Baroness isn't there or is trying to kill people, she doesn't get that stuff anymore.
I want the statue.
The giant statue?
Yeah.
You'll have to talk to someone about that.
Okay.
What happened to our bandit friend?
Sirtari?
Yeah.
He's in the hospital bed next to you. He's still unconscious.
Cool. Can we say in my time sleeping, like the time conscious, I've been studying the treasure map?
Yeah, you've been studying the treasure map. Actually, wait, let me give you the map, and then you can describe it. Where the fuck is it? Where the fuck is it? Here's the map.
So there is, at the top left, there's a compass with a skull in the middle, and there's a there's north-south. In the center of the compass, there's a skull, a black skull. To the top right, there is stars, presumably a sun.
Or a moon.
Or the moon, and some rays coming from the sun or moon, and some clouds. In the center, there is some language.
Or symbols.
Symbols.
Do you speak Thieves' Cant?
I speak Elvish.
Okay.
Is it Thieves' Cant?
You don't know, but...
I speak Elvish, and I speak Dwarvish.
Okay.
Into the bottom left, there is an X, which, side note, looks suspiciously like the German, Iron Cross symbol from World War One.
That's the X that's on treasure maps.
Yeah. No,
it is, yes.
But that's what I see. You told me to describe it.
Okay, yeah.
There's a cave
I don't know why you
symbol
couldn't
with some
describe
waves,
it as a treasure map, X.
and in the bottom right corner, there is a treasure chest,
With
presumably.
bubbles or
with
something?
bubbles popping up.
Tell me what you have gathered from reading the map.
The symbols I'm believing to just be written alphabet. Could I do a history check to at least recognize the symbols?
Yeah.
Nerd.
That's a nat 20.
You recognize those symbols from your time in Waterdeep. You would see them occasionally scrawled on walls and alleys and sometimes over doors in businesses when you were paying particularly close attention.
And do I know the origin of the language, or do I just recognize the symbols from Waterdeep?
You recognize the symbols from Waterdeep.
Sounds good. The top left, I'm assuming, is some level of I see it as the center pizza pie looking thing is actually the earth, and it's basically saying go through a plane of existence, is how I'm interpreting that. The top right is a kind of idea of the world it would be in, which, given the stars and stuff, I would say is a Fae-based world, maybe? Who knows? Maybe it's more thinking about a time of day, as in night, or where if it's night and day, time doesn't exist. And the bottom left with the cave entrance, here's an entrance to a cave.
It looks like it's on a shoreline.
Yeah, I could see it being a sewer entrance.
Oh.
And
or
then
a mouse hole.
Yeah, and then in the cave, away from the cave, either in the cave or away from the cave in that rough amount of distance, there is buried treasure in the water.
Both of you do recall that there is someone in town that occasionally adventurers will come by specifically to seek their help with maps.
Oh.
I wonder who it is. And I'm looking aggressively at our special guest, Devon, currently.
But you're feeling better now. You're able to get out of bed. You're able to walk around.
I pop out of bed. I put my clothes on. And then I check on our bandit friend. How's he doing? Is he in like a coma?
He is still sleeping. He's been sleeping most of the time that you have been resting.
All right. Alec is going to go searching for Adelaide.
All right. Adelaide, where are you at?
I'm probably at my house working on metal.
You're metalworking?
Yeah.
With your parents?
Yeah.
Or how did your parents react to the news of the party?
They were probably concerned. How did the rest of the town react to the news of the party?
Well, they sent a rescue party to get everyone out of there.
Yeah.
And now they're looting the place.
Okay. I don't think they would have looted the place. I think they always hated the black trees, and now they're like, yep, we were right.
Alec, you arrive.
Hey!
Hey! I give Adelaide like a big hug.
A hug back.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
That's good.
You look better.
Thank you. Yeah, sleeping does that.
Yep.
Anyway, we should check out the place. We should.
Yeah, the map dude. What was his name?
The map guy. What was his name?
I don't remember his name.
Do we remember where he lives in town?
He lives in a sort of shack that is a little far out of town, but he does business in a small side building attached to the tavern.
What time of day is it?
It's 2 p.m.
Let's check the tavern.
Yeah.
Let's check the tavern.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So you make your way to the tavern. It's kind of busy. There's a lot of people there drinking. There has been a sort of influx of gold into the local economy, even though that 100 gold per person never arrived. There has been a lot of valuables found in the house that are now circulating from person to person as like, hey, I'll give you this candlestick if you give me a beer. And you know, the bartender's like, well, I do have all these candles and nowhere to put them.
It's like Bungler's full of stupid people.
Why do you think that?
Because I have all these candles and nowhere to fucking put them.
That was an example.
Then stop buying and stop exchanging candles for beer.
I have a pure silver candle holder. I was running out of silver. Give it over.
Now I got all these candle holders.
They're bartering the stuff that they've looted from the.
It's realistic.
From the house.
I just find it like this town, as opposed to characters, have dumb bitch energy, which I love. Anyway, I gesture for you to talk to the bartender.
Okay. I'm gonna go up. Hello.
The bartender is half orc, about 35 years old. And they turn and look at you. They got red hair. Adelaide, how are you doing?
I'm okay. Yeah, I'm doing well. My friend's out of the hospital. You know, things are going well.
Well, that's great. A beer for your friend on the house.
Hey, thanks. I had a question.
You want a second beer? That'll cost you.
Okay, that's fair. I'll take that. That wasn't my question.
All right, that'll be 1 silver, Adelaide.
You got it. Here you go.
Thank you.
All right.
What kind of beer did you want?
Oh, what's your favorite kind of beer?
I like the mead.
I'll take the mead.
That's gotta be 2 more silver coins,
no,
though.
but that's not beer. That's mead. Mead's not beer.
Well, you asked what I liked.
I said, what's your favorite kind of beer?
Well, I'm not a beerologist.
Well, you just
You're
offered
a
me
bartender.
beer.
Didn't you know these things?
Hey, I just tend the bar. I don't make it.
Yes, you do.
Oh, how about you come over here and talk shit, Alec?
I'm not talking
I just gave
shit.
you a free beer.
I appreciate it. I'm sorry, but it feels
What
like
kind of beer do you want, Alec?
I'm already drinking a beer that you poured to me.
Wait,
Yeah.
what kind of beer did you pour him? I want that kind of beer.
No, you want that kind of beer. That's the fly flagon.
Okay, I'll take a fly flagon.
1 horse fly flagon. Here you go.
I
You
feel
look into your glass, and it's a sort of like ripply brown water. There's a sort of lily pad on it that's got like a fake horsefly for decoration.
Is this beer?
Don't eat that. I want that back. I need that back after.
It's mine now.
No, it's decoration. It's property of
Then why'd
me
you give it to me?
for decoration. It's garnish. You're not supposed to eat garnish. You put it back and they reuse it.
I take the lily pad out of the top of the thing and I lick it. And I hand it back.
That's gonna be another silver piece.
No, I'm giving it back to you.
Yeah, you licked it. That's yours now.
While this is happening, Alec is looking for the side. Entering the tavern, did we see like a little side building attachment?
Yes.
Cool. Alec is going to remember where that was, in the interior, and walk in that direction to find like the side house.
So I have in front of my little shop, attached to the tavern, there is a sign which reads "Isael Lond."
Isael Lond.
And you speak Elvish, so you know what that means.
Yeah.
The wise path.
Adelaide, I found it.
Oh yeah. Okay. No.
Give me a silver for that fly. You licked it. I don't want it anymore. I'm supposed to put that in someone else's drink.
Well, you don't wash them before?
After you licked it?
Do you not wash your garnishes?
With what? There's no running water, as we clearly established over the past 3 episodes.
We have a well. You must have a well. You don't wash dishes. That's a health code.
I don't have dishes. You eat off the table.
What am I drinking out of?
A mug. That's not a dish.
You don't wash your mugs?
It's made of wood.
You don't wash your wooden mugs?
Are you going to pay me for it or not?
Fine.
Thank you, Adelaide. I was worried I was going to have to talk to your parents.
Don't do that. Alright, I don't have a question anymore.
They're worried about you, you know. They're worried that you're gonna go running off somewhere, and after what happened to the manor, they're afraid for you.
Yeah, well, things work out. They always do.
They didn't for Lassery.
Well, she was mean to me.
Oh, so she deserved to die?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
That's pretty insensitive of you, Adelaide.
I am sad. I'm not sad. I'm more.
I'll say you're not sad.
I'm sorry.
Taking glee in this poor old woman's death.
I'm not taking
You're laughing.
glee. I'm not.
I'm telling you, it's sad that old woman died, and you're laughing.
It is sad that she died. I just don't feel sad currently.
Because of the beer?
Yeah.
It's good.
It's good beer. Thank you.
You're gonna leave a little tip?
I already gave you 2 silver pieces.
I earned those silver pieces. Alec, you walk into
I wanted to knock.
You knock?
Is the door shut?
The door is shut.
Cool. I'm gonna use my prestidigitation to do. I'm gonna try Alec has been in the time that he's awake, not just studying math, but experimenting with a couple of the new sorcerer things he has. One being a cantrip known as prestidigitation. So he's going to play a little out of his hand. I make with my mouth, and then it appears as actual trumpet in my hand. A trumpet sounds in my hand.
Oh, I thought you were saying a little trumpet appear. I use prestidigitation to create a tiny trumpet.
Can it do exactly that?
Yeah, he can.
Yeah, I could do that, but that's not what I'm doing. I'm just using it to make the sound.
You would hear from inside. Yeah, the door's open. Just come on in.
I opened the door.
You open the door, and you hear behind you an intense argument between Adelaide and the bartender.
Adelaide, come on!
Fine. I'm sorry about... Fine, I'll give you a tip. I give him another silver piece, and then I go to Alec.
Score!
Inside of my little shop, it's not a big building, but it is pretty well organized. There's something that does look new behind a big central desk with a chair. There's some papers, a few different scrolls and maps, and behind that is a big tapestry that seems to have been newly hung on the wall, depicting a map of the countryside. The figure seated at the table, I am an elf with slightly tanner skin, iron gray hair braided into a complicated long knot down the back and a joining knot in the front. Placed into the knot in the front is a small ink bottle with a topper and a little feather quill shoved into the side of it. And dressed fairly simply in brown robes with leather around the forearms and at the base of the legs. Everything kind of wrapped and held in place. Their hands are a little scarred, but they have a few ink stains here and there from what they've been working with. Dark brown eyes, a kind of serious brow, and on one of their fingers now is a small gold ring with a small ruby on it. Kind of looks up. Well, you're done riling up the bartender then, I see.
Yeah, I got this little lily pad out of it.
You took the garnish.
She licked it, Londi!
Well, I suppose, don't you wash them before you put them back in the drinks?
That's what I said!
Shut your door!
Yeah, I'm hearing you through the wall. I don't think shutting the door is really going to make much of a difference there, but... Wash your shit.
You hear a mug, at least one mug hit the wall.
Fucking bugglers. Alright, so, welcome to, Isel Lund.
Alec is gonna.
How can I help you?
Alec is gonna show off that he can speak multiple languages. Like, he's very culturally enriched. Show off that he can speak Elvish fluently.
Oh.
He learned it in college. So he's gonna be like, "Hey, I heard you can help us out with this. We have a treasure map."
It kind of like it would look down at the map for a second, look up at you. Oh, I can speak Elvish, huh? Oh, that's real nice of you. And then they would just switch to a slightly deeper intonation. Do you speak Sylvan?
No.
They would suddenly say something that you have no idea what it means. Switching back to Elvish. No Sylvan, huh?
I know a little Elvish. I'm very fluent in Elvish and Celestial.
Well, Celestial I never really had much interest in, I gotta tell you. They didn't really build ruins ever, so you don't really need to learn that much Celestial. What's your name, though?
Alec.
Oh, wait a minute. You're silver-tied, huh?
Yeah.
Alright, that makes sense.
My family runs the food shops.
Did you ask him about the map?
Yeah, I just handed him the map.
Okay, well,
I'm
yeah.
looking at it, yeah. It's,
I can't hear what you guys are saying. You're
They would
speaking-
switch to common and go, oh, yeah, sorry about that. I got a little distracted, I suppose. Not a lot of people in Bugler speak fucking Elvish. Your name?
Adelaide.
Oh, Adelaide.
Yeah.
Okay, good to meet you.
What was your name again?
Oh, my name's Londi Oglod.
Londi.
You speak Elvish, so you would know. That means paths of knowledge. You two were up at the that whole fucking bric-a-brac up at the.
Oh yeah, that was
Duchess's place,
wild.
Yeah,
That was
the party.
crazy.
So, let's say, have you ever experienced this? You've adventured for a while, I presume. Let's say theoretically, a magical crystal hits you in the chest and then falls into your chest,
Theoretically.
and it hasn't popped out.
Is it the that crystal that hit you there? Was it? Would you say it was shiny? Was it like a black
blue.
crystal? It was a blue
Wasn't
crystal. Did it?
I thought
Was it just
blue.
shiny? Did it shed light on its own? Like the crystal itself, even if you didn't have a torch in the room, would probably still illuminate the space around you?
Something
Yeah.
was light.
And now I can do things like this. Is the door shut?
Yes.
Awesome. I'm going to take out my quarterstaff, and I'm going to not hit anything, but basically do green flame blade around it.
Take 5 points of psychic damage.
Oh, hot damn. Yeah, Alec falls over in pain a little bit.
So there would have been kind of an interesting moment there where you took out your weapon. I don't know if you would have seen this, but you might have. As a weapon came out, there would be a moment where Londi reached into both of their sleeves, and there was a flash of 2 daggers in each of their hands for a second, and then once they saw them start to double over, the daggers would have disappeared just as quickly. Alright, don't draw swords in a shop.
No,
It's a quarterstaff.
Also, it looks like you really hurt yourself.
It hasn't happened before. I'm gonna try it again.
Wait, don't
I
try
would
it
I
again.
do green flame blade again around the quarterstaff to like this time a bit more focused in thinking about my brain, hoping I don't get a headache.
Your quarterstaff, the top half of it sort of erupts in a sharp green flame.
I would prestidigitation the flame out. Would you mind maybe not doing that in a shop full of paper?
I just wanted to show you.
I get it, you can do magic. It's
Are
real
you magic
impressive.
too?
Sure, why not?
What does that mean?
What? Yeah, what does that mean? How did you get? Did a crystal fall in your chest as well?
No, I tend
Are
not
you
to.
evil?
I tend not to stand under crystals.
Londi, can you make a perception check for me?
18.
He's talking about a crystal having, like, gone into his chest. You don't notice any signs of damage at all.
Alright, look, I can do a little bit of magic just because I'm an elf, right? That's not that unusual, is it?
Is that how it works?
Kinda, yeah.
What? That
Yeah,
doesn't
kinda.
work. What?
You should have been born an elf.
I'll tell you, it's not terrible.
That wasn't my choice.
Could you help us track this map?
Well,
We
I'm
believe it
looking
goes
at
to
it.
Waterdeep.
Why the fuck do you think it goes to Waterdeep?
This language I discovered in Waterdeep. I never understood what it was, but I know it's Waterdeep.
You don't steal things much, do you, bud?
No.
We didn't steal it.
Can I look at it and go, well, I know what the wording is there. The rest of it's all kind of a pretty standard symbology, if I'm being honest with you. And you kind of like pick through a couple of drawers and like flip through a couple of sheets of paper. I mean, a lot of this stuff you kind of got to figure out, what cultures really made these maps, what symbols are they using, what landmarks really are important. It kind of helps you know what you might be getting into.
But it's the moon. The moon's everywhere.
That's well, yeah, the moon's everywhere, but the moon's not everywhere over a cliff that leads down to a sea cave that you can only look. Some of this stuff I'm going to have to research because you got to understand, something telling you to go into tides in a sea cave at certain times, you don't want to fuck up the timing of that because you might just die. And
Of drowning.
yeah, drowning. Mm-hmm. And you kind of want to know really, like, if it's got thieves' cant on it, what kind of thief organization made it, who really put the map where. Because if you don't know that, you might not know what kind of traps they might leave. Like, the red sharks are a lot more likely to put in bear traps than green arrows are. That's kind of why I'm here, right? A lot of adventurers, you got maps, you don't really know what you're getting into. If you know what a dungeon's going to have, it's really a lot more helpful for you, I imagine. Ruins, caves, that sort of thing.
We're adventurers.
Are you adventurers?
Yes!
Well, adventurers. How are you feeling? I know things up at the mansion there got a little intense the other day from what I heard.
I'm fine.
You're doing alright.
I'm fine now.
Did it just merge into your flesh there? Like, I don't see a real wound of any
It
kind.
kind of just sank in.
Just like a...
Like, you ever throw a rock really hard at the sand?
You know what? I have done that before, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
What about the ocean?
Well, the ocean's really more of a, like...
What about dropping a rock in the ocean? Well, you ever throw a rock really hard in the sand, I think is the best way to communicate what happened to me.
I've got enough intelligence. I knew what he meant, and I've done it before.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, you don't really leave a wound on sand, do you?
No.
Well,
You leave a wound on water, though.
They call them ripples, I think.
Oh, I'm having a great time.
But yeah, no, the map is, well, I'll be honest with you, it's not like a cut and dried map, really. There's a few different bits of symbols here. I'm going to have to figure out really what region to send you to. I pride myself on getting the right information, so I'm thinking the rate for this one's going to be about 30 gold pieces.
I do not have that kind of money.
Wow. You really are terrible at, like, the negotiating thing, aren't you?
Tell you what, this treasure came from a changeling's fancy manor that had enough money or influence to get undead zombie guards. Chances are there's some good stuff in that chest. If you join us.
All right, hang on. I appreciate you trying when I called you out for not haggling. I do like that. It's a good ploy, it is. Come with us. You'll get some of the treasure. Help us stab the undead things that might be guarding it. That's pretty fair. Normally, I'm not too big on discounts. I'll be honest with you, but you two, between surviving the whole crystal business and helping save all those people up there, I think you know what you're doing a little bit, or at least committed to learning what you should be doing. I've got a little bit of work I've got to get done in Old Tender. It's I'll be honest with you, it's a contract from a guild. There's someone, they've been kind of not paying their scribing fees. They've been waylaying different caravans and really just kind of making themselves a general menace. So it's a bounty, to be completely honest with you. And well, it's not a terrible windfall, but it's a little personal for me. So if you're willing to come down to Old Tenby, help me resolve some of this, well, I can take care of your map for you. That's not a problem.
Sounds good.
yeah.
All right, wonderful. I don't know if either of you got get any things to get ready
Things.
to leave.
Oh, stuff.
Yeah, stuff. It's about 7 hours, Old Tenby. Like you maybe a little overnight bag, some food. Probably a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I have a backpack at my house. I kind of use that to travel back from Waterdeep to Bugler when I couldn't afford living there anymore. I'm sure I can nab some stuff from my parents' house.
I'll be here until what do you want to call it? About an hour. We'll meet back here. I gotta be honest. Most people in Bugler they're yelling at me about garnishes by now, so I appreciate you're not doing that.
I've still got this one.
You do. You could wear it as a pin, I guess.
I could.
Like take a clothespin out of a drawer. There you go.
I pin it to my shirt.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna finish hanging this tapestry so it doesn't look so fucking half hung. Excuse me.
Alec is going to head back home, grab a couple of things. For meta knowledge, he is grabbing essentially an explorer's pack, a backpack, a bedroll, a mess kit, a tinderbox, 10 torches, 10 days of rations, a water skin, and 50 feet of hempen rope.
Cool. And I imagine that's pretty easy for you to gather.
Do you think my parents' house would have, like, a health potion? Something to drink to swing back for the road? Because I have a really bad headache currently.
Right.
Boy.
Yeah, they've got a health potion that they keep up on a very high shelf.
Cool. I'm going to grab one and swing it back.
Okay. That's 2d4 plus 2.
Okay. 4, 1, 5.
All right, you're full health.
Yep, there we go. Perfect. I swing it back and then I leave the house.
Adelaide goes back home, grabs a longsword, a shield, longbow with 20 arrows. She also makes an explorer's pack with everything.
As you're gathering that stuff up, your dad comes by.
Hey.
Now, Adelaide, what do you need with all that?
Listen, I gotta say something.
Yes?
I'm, leaving.
Adelaide, no.
Well, yeah.
No. After what just happened, I think you should really take some more time here and
After
and
what
just
just
think
happened,
about...
now we gotta do something about it. I mean, my best friend's got a piece of glass in his chest and things are weird and I gotta figure out what's going on.
I just think that you'd be safer if you stayed home.
Well, I think that's true, but I fight for a living. I'm okay. I'll be fine.
Your mother's worried about you.
Well, she's gonna be whether I'm home or not.
Just come back. I don't want to not see you again.
I don't want that either.
So come back.
I'm gonna go say goodbye to Mom.
I like the idea this is the inverse of my family. Like, thank God he's doing something with his life, honestly.
He's doing something practical.
I thought
He's not just studying.
He's not just trying to be a fucking
Thought.
philosopher doctor.
What is Londi up to?
Londi is assembling his kit. And I also rented 2 horses, because I have a horse. I have the 3 horses, closed up shop, set my usual, like, locks and different triggers that protect my shop and the shit I have in there. At this point, I'll wait until they get back.
Are Alec and Adelaide going to do anything else now that they've gotten their stuff together?
I'm gonna visit our good Ushug, our good half-orc friend.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm gonna
yeah.
go there.
Yeah, so you both show up at about the same time
Yeah.
to Ushug's place of business, her carpentry place.
On the way, Alec's been thinking about this. Can you do a quick history check on, like, if elves can get prestidigitation as a spell, as a cantrip?
All right, make a history check.
It's a 19.
Yeah, elves, as they grow up, they get access to some magic naturally, and one of the things that they typically learn is prestidigitation. The two of you both show up to Ushug's carpenter shop. She is currently outside working on what you recognize to be the front door of the mansion.
Knock knock.
Who's there? Adelaide!
Hey, Usha.
Alec!
Ushug!
Alec!
Ushug!
Alec!
We're leaving.
But you just got here.
We found a map.
You were there. Right?
You were there. You might not remember it, but you were there.
The treasure map?
Yeah. We're gonna see where that rabbit hole leads. We went to Londi.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
So this is it's not a goodbye, it's a see you later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now, if I remember correctly, you said that I was with you when you found the treasure map, though.
In a box.
Yes.
So, I get half.
No.
I get a third.
No.
I get some.
No.
Maybe.
I get some.
No.
I was there. I get an equal share of the treasure.
If you join us, you can.
Yeah.
I'm busy. Can't you see I'm busy?
You're hammering a door.
Well, I'm harvesting the wood from this door,
You're
so I can.
harvesting a door.
Yeah, I'm gonna be using this mahogany. I'm gonna make something fancy out of it.
Like
It's
what?
it's a commission.
All right.
Well,
Well,
what if we bring you back something cool?
Yeah, I'd like something cool.
we'll get you something cool.
Bring me back something cool,
Oh, Ushag,
and then
wait.
we'll be square.
Ushag, if you go to the tavern and they give you those little lily pads, if you lick them, then you can buy them.
Why would I want one?
I don't know. You can use it as a pin. Look at mine.
Did you lick that?
Yeah.
You know they don't wash those, right?
I found that out after, and I regretted it, but now it's mine.
But now you're telling me to go lick the lily pad that they don't wash?
Yeah. It's not that bad. I mean, I assume because if somebody else licked it, they'd give it away. So it hasn't been licked before.
I'm not gonna do that.
Okay. I'm gonna go now.
Alright, well, thank you both for coming to say see you later to me.
Yeah.
What,
Before I go, can I show you a magic trick?
Oh god.
Okay.
Wait, Alec.
I want to try it.
But-
So, and I look at Ushug, and I kind of like gesture behind her ear. I'm like, oh,
Make a dexterity saving throw.
that is a bada boom, bada 15.
Okay, yeah. Ushug kind of swats at your hand.
Oh, I
but
didn't.
you get it out of the way.
Yeah, I get it out of the way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, wait, but there's something there. Mind if I get it? I reach forward. I do a quick little like, ooh, as my verbal component for prestidigitation to make a coin appear. What's that? Behind your ear.
Oh! And she grabs it from you.
Great.
Where did it go?
That's the trick.
You son of a bitch!
All right, take care, Ushug. And he.
I want something extra good now.
Bye, Doug.
When will you be back?
I don't know. We haven't planned that far ahead.
Alex walking away. Alex gone.
Goodbye. I mean, see you later.
See you later, Adelaide.
See ya.
And Ushug goes back to work on the door.
We
Sorry.
go to the tavern.
Yeah.
There would be 3 horses there. One is a large brown horse with like a dark mane, decent looking stock. The other 2 are like just sort of okay travel horses.
Are you sitting on the brown one?
Yes.
That's
We kind of look up, like look at the sun a little bit, look at the little like sundial they have in front of their little shack hut, and just go, "All right, you're not late.
No.
No.
Good job."
Thanks.
Ready to get going?
I
We got
gestured at my
horses.
horses. Yeah, I got us some horses, so it wouldn't take us fucking forever to get to Old Tenby.
Is there a horse that's spotted?
Yes.
Can I take the spotted horse?
Sure, I don't see why not.
Thank
And
you.
I get on the other one. And we start riding?
I've got nothing else to do in town. I mean, it's fucking Bugler.
That's true.
That's true.
Neither of you take any offense to that?
No.
No.
Okay.
This is Devon, and you've been listening to the What the Flumph podcast. We're taking a short break, but when we come back, there'll be minutes to hours of more content for you to listen to. And if you like what you've been hearing, please follow us on whatever social media you use, and listen to another episode. It'll be good for you.
Look, once we get there, we're going to want to stable the horses a little bit low. I've got a few places for us to look for. Basically, we don't want to spook this guy out of place, right? You're looking for a bounty. You want that bounty to be findable.
Are you trying to kill him?
What the fuck?
But you said about. I didn't know if he was wanted.
It's
or
a
something.
bounty. That he's wanted, yeah, but you know, most of the time you're bringing someone in for punishment. You don't want to kill
Well,
him.
I don't know. I've never come across a wanted guy in Bugler.
Really?
No.
They come through literally all the time.
Well, I've never noticed.
There was a guy at the tavern the other day. I swear, I've seen him on wanted posters before. I mean, not in Bugler, but I've seen him. They're wanted in like 6 counties.
Whoa.
But look, it's one of those things. You gotta bring someone in alive. They can't like do labor, or they can't pay fines if you kill them.
Well, that's true. I don't want to kill him. I just didn't know if you wanted to. I'm glad you don't. See, we're on the same page here.
Good.
All
Just
right.
a little bit offended at being called a murderer so easily.
I don't know.
Alex is speeding up a bit more to just kind of be like, this is gonna be a long fucking 7 hours. Holy shit.
You ever hear any elven fables in your study of the language?
Yeah, a couple.
I would tell a elven fable about a warrior thief who raided lost tombs and brought back artifacts to better their city and their people.
Tell the story.
Alright, so there was this this old folk hero. Their name was Naur, means fire.
Ooh.
They called themselves fire because they brought light into forgotten places. They would go into tombs, into lost and forgotten holes and ruins and towers. They would find the treasures. They weren't really, they never rescued damsels in distress. They never fought big dragons. They were quiet. They were light.
Why?
Because if you can get into a place and no one else has to go in there, no one else has to die or get hurt, and you take the treasure, you take the old magical items, you bring back the ever-burdened torch for your home village so that they can see at night, they can light torches from it and line their streets. You go somewhere and you get the urn of infinite water, and suddenly your town doesn't need a well anymore. There's a lot you can do without having to fight, without having to kill people. That's why I study maps. Because you can show people how to get somewhere. You can show people what to do so they don't get as hurt.
It's kind of like what you're doing.
I'm trying.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hey, look at the two of you. You saved the people up at that fucking mansion, didn't you?
Whoa.
It was mostly Alec.
It was mostly Adelaide.
I smashed the crystal with a pot.
She also pushed people out of the circle of light that I was...
But you...
I think I was absorbing their souls. I woke up and I feel a bit younger and more spry. I think they were trying to become a lich.
I'm really glad they didn't become a lich then.
I agree. I think I might be a little bit lichy now.
Can I make a history or arcana check and try to see if like anything about their powers or the way they got them like reminds me of any old legends or like any information about old rituals I might know of?
Yeah.
So history's 9.
You know that there are multiple different rituals to become a lich that have worked, but this doesn't sound like one that you know.
Gotta be honest with you. Either this person has no idea how you're actually supposed to become a lich, or
I did absorb the soul of an old elf woman, almost definitely.
I mean, we'll say something if you start yelling at little kids to get off your lawn, but overall it doesn't really matter, I think. You seem normal, aside from the whole there's a crystal in your chest thing. I guess I am kind of curious. I mean, I know you helped out at the mansion, but why do you know Elvish?
I learned it in college.
Did you like college?
I liked it. They didn't like me all that much. So, and now Alex starts talking about his dissertation at length. Like, if you do not interrupt him,
What
he
is
will
the dissertation about?
Origin of thought for different races. So the idea, as folklore kind of goes, orcs originated their thought after gods like Grumesh gave them kind of the ability to think with higher intelligence. To think for themselves.
Yeah.
And whether or not that's true is up for debate. But what is the origin of thought to say elves, to say humans? Who told you to think, essentially?
Well, there's a few possible answers for that, I think. I mean, when it comes to elves, they've always, we've always, I suppose, been talking about, like, our connection to magic, I guess. So, I mean, there's something to be posited. Is it the ability to cast magic and the inclination towards magic that helps cause something to be more intelligent? I mean...
I don't think that's true.
Well,
I should write this down, and while on horseback, he pulls out his notebook from his pocket and his pen.
You ever meet, like, a normal horse? Like, the horse we're riding on, they're pretty much normal, but if there were a magic horse, they might talk to you. I've always thought, like, elves used to live for fucking ever, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they don't anymore. But we still got the magic. I don't know. I feel like there's got to be something. Like, what are gods but very powerful magical nonsense, right?
Yeah! And he's just, like, on horseback writing all of this down.
Yeah.
This is that +7 to history coming into
the two of you continue, chatting back and forth about the dissertation and thought and magic. And what's Adelaide doing? Is Adelaide just listening? Is Adelaide piping in?
Adelaide's not happy because she thinks they're calling her stupid.
Because she can't do magic?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see, how long do I go before I notice that Adelaide is just entirely not in the conversation? It's a 76. 76 minutes.
It's safe to assume that Alec never notices. He is too excited talking about his dissertation.
Yeah. But y'all are talking about that. You're about 5 hours into the journey. What was once a very sunny day has become kind of overcast.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of clouds. It's like 8 p.m.
Kind of like look over. I don't know about the two of you, but the dark doesn't really bother me. I'm kind of fine with keeping going. How about you?
Yeah, do the two of you have dark vision?
That's me specifically asking that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Half orcs have dark vision, so yeah, I'm good.
Alright.
Do shifters have dark vision?
How about you there, friend?
I bet they don't.
I wonder if today is an arc entirely about Adelaide being left out.
No, I do have dark vision.
Alright, cool.
Alright, so I think as long as we guide our horses, we should be fine. We're just on a path, right?
Yeah.
It's not pitch black out. There's light from the moon, although occasionally the moon is being hidden by clouds. You come over the crest of a hill, and about 100 feet ahead of you on the road, you see an overturned wagon on the side of the road.
Make a perception check to see if there's anybody else milling about near the wagon.
Yeah, make a perception check.
It's an 11.
You don't see anyone else milling about, but you do see a sort of flag on top of what was the bottom of the wagon, but is now at the top.
You see that down there? The
wagon.
wagon.
Oh, yeah. Do you think they need help? We should help them.
Alec pulls up and says, "Hello?"
Oh, shit.
Lights go on inside the wagon.
Hello?
I would, put my hood up and then stealth off to the side of the road.
Yeah, roll stealth.
Do I see you rolling? Do I see you rolling stealth?
That is 19.
All right.
Did you do anything to inform me?
No.
Cool.
I got off of my horse.
You
rode ahead of me.
You notice that he's no longer beside you.
I guess I would, if you were going forward, I would have kind of walked up, hitched my horse onto yours, and gone. Would I talk to him? Gotten off my horse and then gone over to the side of the road.
Is it overturned where there is a door upright, on the top? Where is the door to the wagon?
You can't see from here.
All right, I get closer.
Yeah.
All right, how close do y'all get?
I get as
close as you need to see?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you're about 60 feet away from it. The wagon is upside down, and you see that there is sort of a half-dug moat around the wagon.
I think these people want to be here.
Londi would have gone over to the side of the road and kind of would try to get closer to the edge of the moat while still being stealthed. And what I'm initially looking for are signs of people hiding around the wagon or around the area.
All right, so you're about 15 feet away from the wagon. You see that there is old blood on the grass, and there are some holes on the wagon. Not quite windows. They're too small to call them a window. There's light coming through those holes, and there are arrows poking through. There are 2 bolt holes on each side of the wagon.
I don't see anyone else around the wagon. There's just the bolt holes coming out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's overcast, but is it rainy or wet at all?
Not yet. You have a feeling that it will at some point, but not currently.
I would look around at it. Is the moat filled with water, or is it just a slope?
It is filled with water, but it is not a full moat.
Okay. So it's just muddy water.
Yeah.
I would kind of move myself through the moat over towards the door, and I would want to kind of position myself so that I was just sort of close to it and ready in case something happens. And I would kind of look over at them once I knew I was under the wagon, so that people in the wagon, there's basically no way they can see me.
Mm-hmm.
I would kind of look over at the 2 of you, and there's light coming out of the wagon, yes?
Yes.
Okay. It's called mirror steel. It's a little hand mirror. So I would signal with the mirror steels that you could see where I was under the wagon and no one in the wagon could.
Yeah.
And then I would hold up a quick just stop hand. I would prestidigitate the sound of someone knocking on the side of the wagon.
You hear some scuffling in there. The arrows sort of move towards the direction of the knock. That's what you notice.
Alright, so you're gonna want to come out here and explain what the fuck you're doing shooting travelers from your wagon before I light a fire at the bottom of it.
You hear some chattering. What languages do you speak?
I speak Common, Elvish, Thieves' Cant, Undercommon, and Sylvan.
You don't understand what they're saying.
I would kind of pound on the bottom of the wagon and go, start speaking fucking sense or you're gonna get lit on fire.
Can we recognize the vocal range? Do they sound like any? Can we do
That's
that
a
with
good
a quick
question.
little perception
They
check?
sound like goblins.
Yeah, they sound like goblins.
All right, cool. Is the door open to the wagon?
No.
Cool. And there's bolt holes on the sides. Yeah, I think what's gonna happen is I heard you talk about lighting it on fire. So Alec is going to Ray of Frost, hoping to freeze the door shut so they cannot open it.
Oh my god.
Is this an attack roll or a save? Or...
It would be an attack roll.
All right, make an attack roll.
Oh.
That's a motherfucking 6.
Your ray of frost goes wide.
All right. I'm going to go approach from the side where the door is 45 feet, just before the moat. Get off my horse and kind of use it as cover.
I would use a portion of my movement to check the rear of the wagon to see if there's also a door on the back.
No, there's only the one door.
Okay, I would use the remainder of movement to get over to the actual door on the front and take out my steel chain and chain the door shut.
Describe to me how you're chaining the door
So
shut.
what kind of handle does this door have?
It has like a T handle.
So is it like something you grab with a fist?
You grab with a fist and sort of pull.
Okay. It's got space where you grab the handle and it has the door. Okay. I'm going to wind the chain through that section. I'm going to use the crowbar so that the chain is wound up with that. It's 10 feet of chain, which I think will reach the wheel on the side of the wagon. So I would use the chain with the crowbar so the crowbar is in the way of them. The door open inward or outward?
Outward.
Opens outward? Okay. Yeah, then I'm just going to use the chain to the wheel and clasp that shut with the crowbar between the two links so that you physically cannot open the door without breaking the wheel or the chain. And then I would, I'm going to use prestidigitation to light a small campfire under this wagon.
Is it 100? No, it's 1.
Yeah.
Oh.
The fire does not catch.
I would just kind of leave the campfire there because I can. And I'm just sort of positioned underneath the stairs. If anything comes running out of there and manages to break the chain, I'm next to it. And then that's my turn.
All right. Blobs of hot oil are sprayed out of the wagon. Make dexterity saving throws.
That's a 8.
That is an 11.
Alec takes 2 points of fire damage, and Londi takes 1.
Oh wait, I have advantage.
Yeah, because cover.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually,
right.
would I have cover?
That's a nat 20.
Yep, both of you have cover, but you already passed. All right, so you both only take 1 damage.
That's great. Thank God I remembered that. Oh, should the horse roll a dex save?
Oh, no.
Yes, it should.
That's a nat 1.
Oh no.
All right, the horse takes 2 points of damage.
All right.
And now it's Adelaide.
I guess I ride up to where the moat is.
All right, 20 feet.
I guess I'll just wait towards the entrance.
Anything else?
No, I think I'm just gonna get ready.
There's a sound as someone tries to open the door, but is unable to.
Would you say this bolt hole is large enough for me to put a stick of dynamite through?
Yes, you'd have to get the thing that's already poking through out of the way. I'm picturing if it's an arrow, you snap the arrow and then dynamite.
I would just probably try to go around it if I could use sleight of hand for that.
Yeah, make sleight of hand.
Yeah. It's basically I'm just trying to push the stick of dynamite around what they're putting through to put it into the wagon.
Yeah.
Why do you do this to me? It's a 12.
A 12? I guess they make an athletics. 12.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no.
With contested
11.
rolls. Oh, 11. They have a -1.
They have a -1 in strength.
So it goes through. So they
You force the dynamite through.
Cool.
They're trying to.
It was lit, so it's a good thing it went through. So they need to make a DC 12 Dex check for everyone within a 5-foot burst.
10, 19.
One takes 3d6, one takes half. So that's 8 damage on one, 4 damage on the other. And I'm guessing, does the wagon fail the save?
Yeah. The wagon, in technical terms, is bloodied. It's pieces of the wagon have kind of flown off. It hasn't created an entrance.
That's fair.
But if that was your goal, you're getting close.
I was trying to kill everyone inside. Has the fire caught?
Let's roll D100. 92. Yes, the fire is caught.
Ooh.
Oh la la! I caught well.
The fire has caught, but nothing has happened yet. Alec and Londi are both going to get shot at with arrows.
All right.
And
I have
Alec, you have been crit.
exciting.
I'm assuming a 20 hits you, Londi?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was not a crit, though.
that's fair.
Time to roll damage. Alec gets crit.
You know what? I don't think this can crit.
Why?
Because it doesn't have dice. It does.
Oh.
This does static damage.
No, if it's a lair action, it can't crit.
Yep, this doesn't crit.
That's great news.
But you both take 5 damage.
All right, down to 9.
I'm
Look, honestly, at this point, if you want to break down the door,
I could do that. They're shooting us. They're just gonna keep shooting us. Alright, I try and go up and break down the door.
You take the crowbar from Londi's pack and use it on the door. So make an athletics check with advantage.
Great. 12.
12?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
Do I have any of my movement left? I assume.
Yeah, you were right. You were already there.
Okay, can I go back? Can I get within 5 feet of Alec?
Yeah.
Okay, I do that.
5 feet behind Alec, 5 feet next to Alec. Are you also hiding behind the horse?
Yeah, I'll come and hide behind the horse. Yeah.
Horse cover.
All right. The fire does 11 damage to the wagon.
Ooh.
how's the wagon doing?
It's real fucked up.
How are they doing on the inside with all that smoke?
You hear a lot of yelling,
I did chain them in there.
and then you hear nothing.
Are there any portholes on this wagon that look like there's weaponry readied?
No.
And kind of like look at the burning wagon for a second. Take my crowbar. Might as well see if they're dead. And like put it in the side of the door and just kick it to try to open the door.
You kick the door in, and the door lands on the corpse of a goblin. When you kick open the door, it smells horrible.
That's fair.
It smells foul, and it smells even worse now that it is
On fire?
on fire. There's a small cauldron of like boiled animal fat.
Mm-hmm.
But what is most interesting is a ladder that seems to go down into the ground.
I would, look at that, look at the bodies, and just kind of go, just shrug my shoulders, walk outside, prestidigitation out the campfire I made, and I guess if I can, I would just spend the next few turns just prestidigitationing out the rest of the thing. But I think the threat's dealt with as far as I can tell. So there's a ladder going down. I don't know if that's important, but we can take a look once.
Well, wouldn't the goblins have gone down?
Probably. They probably fled from the burning wagons. They didn't just fry to death.
I'd rather not hurt any more little green men today.
But are they going to hurt more people? Like,
yeah, right. They've been killing people who come through here. Once I put the fire out, I would check the cauldron and see if it's just animal fat or if there are like human bones lying around.
Make a nature check.
That's a 9.
There are like bones and small skulls.
Like animal skulls or people skulls?
The skulls are definitely animal. The rest of the bones, you're not so sure. Londi, make a perception check.
19.
There's a rock in the corner of the wagon that looks like it is sort of being lifted up by something. Like it's not sitting quite right on the ground.
Pick up the rock.
Underneath it, you find a small oily sack.
Like, look at the sack.
What are you implying with that visual face?
I'm just wondering what fetish yours works for.
Shut the fuck up!
I'm sorry.
So anyway, looking at this small oily sack that was underneath the rock, I'm going to make a nature check to see if I recognize this. Like what it is. I don't want to touch it yet. It's a 9.
It's a small sack that is kind of covered in oil.
I would take out my short sword and like poke it to pick it up.
Okay.
And like move it off and try to like open it without touching it.
It has 25 silver pieces in it and some shiny rocks.
Do they look like gemstones or are they just rocks?
Make a nature check.
Why is it oily?
11.
As far as you know, they're just as likely to be valuable gemstones as they are to be worthless.
You know if these are fucking gems or these are just rocks?
I can look.
Alright.
A 6.
6?
Yeah.
You're not convinced one way or the other.
I don't know.
Let me take a look.
Okay.
I'm holding it, looking at it.
Okay.
That's better. That's actually okay. That is a 16.
They're shiny rocks, and after holding them, your hands are kind of oily and sooty.
Cool. I put them back in the oily bag. I prestidigitation the oily and sootiness off of the bag and the rocks in my hand.
Like pick up the bag, take 10 silver out of the bag, and then hand it over.
I prestidigitation the oiliness off of the silver. All this prestidigitation. Do you want me to make a wild magic save?
I do.
Alright, here we go. That's a nat 20, so no.
Nothing.
I did super good. I did super good at having nothing go wrong.
Devon, you have the sack, right?
I do, yes.
A minute later, it feels oily again.
Ugh.
I would kind of like take the sack. I would shave off a bit of the oil with a knife and check with prestidigitation if the oil is flammable.
Yes.
You know, this would be a real useful sack if I couldn't just light things on fire without oil.
It could be like a torch, like an ever-burning torch.
Would you like the oil sack that you could make an ever-burning torch?
Do I have to touch it?
You could put it in another bag.
Okay, I'll take it.
And kind of look around.
Put it in my bag.
Could I make a investigation check to see the best way to collapse the entrance to this thing with my other stick of dynamite?
Yeah, make it.
with this new oil bag.
An 11.
We've made a
11?
very powerful enemy. The U.S. military has heard.
Oh, fuck. You think that if you jam the dynamite into the ground about halfway down the ladder, you reason that that'll be a good way to cave in the entrance.
Alright, look, I suppose we've got things to do in case either of you really has strong feelings about going down in there. I can just collapse the fucking tunnel and then make our way.
That works for me.
Yeah?
Alright, I would just double check the ladder for traps. It's a 13.
You don't find any traps.
I would go about halfway down, shove the stick of dynamite in the side of the wall, run the wire up to the edge of the pit at the top, and then I would light that and then step back. That is also... Oh no, it's 9 this time.
There's a rumble and you hear goblin chattering from further down, but that's it. The tunnel does not collapse.
I suppose I tried. I would be, I guess at this point, if I couldn't collapse the tunnel, just break off pieces of the wagon, light them like torches, and toss them down the hole.
Here's an idea. What's the ladder made of?
Wood.
It's a wooden
Yeah.
ladder?
Light it on
We
fire.
could smear it in oil.
Yeah, we put a little bit of oil on the top of the ladder.
That's fair.
Burn it.
Alright, you got the sack, right?
Yeah.
Alright, oil it up.
I take out the sack very gingerly.
Oil up the ladder,
Yeah.
and we light the ladder on fire, and then just like take chunks of the burned wagon and chuck it down the hole on fire,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
and just kind of step back to see if it smokes anything out.
I kind of feel bad for these goblins.
They're fucking goblins.
That's true.
Who cares?
I care a little.
You're an orc.
Yeah, historically we are equally kind of shit on.
They were shooting travelers.
No, yeah, no. Fuck these goblins in particular.
What goblins did you think I meant?
Well, you said goblins in a pretty general term.
You made it seem
I'm a
like-
bit offended.
If you were a goblin, I might take that more seriously.
I don't know. Green folk tend to look out for each other.
Make perception checks with disadvantage.
15.
11.
A nat 1.
Alec, as you and Londi are having this spirited discussion, you hear a goblin walking nearby under the in the downward tunnel.
Yeah, there's a goblin. They're probably gonna work their way up.
Let me see that sack.
Okay.
Like, hold the sack and just wring it out above the hole of the tunnel. Just drop
Ooh,
oil down there.
You hear a little bit of like as a goblin is sort of hit by this
Burning oil.
burning oil.
Oh.
And then you hear the telltale sound of stopping, dropping, and rocking back and forth in the dirt.
Kind of look at it and go, I'm not dead yet. Give me the sack again.
Okay. I hand it
You're
back. This
very.
is kind of cool.
You're a bit horrifyingly used to this.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you.
Okay.
Prestidigitation.
You're not just a map salesman.
You can't be just a map dude.
What are you?
Look, no, I don't just sell maps. I mean, that's pretty clear by now, I would imagine. There's now just a sheathed double scimitar on my back.
Yeah.
Also, you're hunting a wanted man, which...
The basic gist of this is that, well, these goblins got in our way, right?
Yeah.
They were killing travelers on the road.
I agree we should take care of him, but this seems cruel.
3 badly burned goblins are crawling their way out of the hole.
I would attack them. They singly came out of this ladder in the hole, I would imagine.
Yeah, they're panicked. They're
You need
one
me to
by
roll
one
for
going.
these,
Don't-
or I'm just gonna murder
Wait,
them?
don't murder them!
If you want to stop him, you need to do something.
Alec is going to tackle you.
But first, you get one swing off.
Okay, that crits. 25 damage to the first one.
Yeah, describe to me what happens.
So
to
there's
it.
one goblin, they're kind of crawling out. You watch their burned face rise above the ladder, and there's just a quick flash of movement as their head rolls off onto the ground, and the double-bladed scimitar flicks blood off onto the ground and then back into place.
And is this when you tackle him?
After seeing that, I might change my
I would
course
kind
of actions.
Look back up at you and go, what? Do you not want to kill him now?
Well, they're running for their lives. They're not trying
They're
to attack
running for their
us.
lives because we did what was smart to kill them.
Well, yeah, no, there's just a couple goblins. They're probably not going to go
They're
back.
not gonna attack anybody.
Oh, if they heal up, they're just going to come back and kill more
You
people.
don't know that. This has been a pretty traumatizing event.
Another one comes up.
They'll leave this one and see if it attacks us.
I kind of like step back in an undercom and go, are you fucking done?
It runs past y'all out of the wagon and jumps in the moat.
To put itself out of the fire, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Alright, it's in the moat. Look, it's jumping in the moat. Look, here's the fucking thing. They're not citizens. Towns around here aren't going to let them fucking be
Just
citizens.
because they're citizens doesn't mean they
Well, here's what I mean. The only way they're going to make their lives is to kill people, steal from them, or hunt wild animals. And even if they're just hunting wild animals in the woods, they're going to come into contact with the hunters in the area, and more death is going to happen if we don't kill them now.
Another one comes out.
That is not for us to decide, though, to
I
kill
disagree
them.
with this.
That does not justify us burning them to death and slaughtering them. I'm sorry.
And it runs past you all to go outside, prompting an opportunity attack if any of you would like to.
I don't.
I don't.
It's kind of like a moment where the blade like flicks in the air, like right behind the goblin's head as it gets out of range. I kind of pull the blade for a second. Alright, look. You want to let them live? Fine. If I hear about hunters or travelers dying, you're going to hear. It's going to be on you.
It's getting pretty smoky in there.
We should probably pop out of here.
Yeah, I'm done here.
Make Constitution saving throws for me.
That's a greater than 20.
19.
9.
9. You take 2 points of fire damage from inhaling smoke, and you got a little bit of a cough.
Alright, so we've got 2 goblins putting themselves out in the mud.
We can try and talk to him.
Do you speak goblin?
No.
No.
I yell at them in Undercommon again. Do they respond?
They're very busy taking care of themselves. They look quite bubbly.
Ew.
At this point, a mercy kill.
What? No.
Oh, now you're fine with me killing them. It was so much easier when they were coming up.
They're in a lot of pain.
Well, yeah, but pain goes away.
That's true, but that mud's definitely infected. There were dead bodies in there.
I don't like that.
There is a lot of
I'm
consequences.
assuming there were. That was my character making a strong assumption based on the blood on the ground.
Okay.
Oh
All right.
Am I doing this?
no. No.
I've got one no, I've got one maybe. Look, I don't really care
I
either
cast
way.
Chill Touch on one of the goblins.
All right, make an attack roll.
Oh no.
Actually, roll it. Yeah, make an attack roll.
That's a 19.
All right, roll damage.
That's a 6.
You hit one of the goblins, and it really, like, the skeleton hand appears. The goblin that you don't hit sees it and is attempting to warn the other goblin, but can't really talk.
Oh.
It's having trouble talking because of
The smoke and
the
fire.
smoke and such.
Yeah.
And the hand just touches the goblin with the tip of its finger. You can see it just does.
Yeah.
They both start to run away.
All right. Alec's gonna let them run away now.
That was it.
That was it.
I was the
All right. I feel terrible.
I was done. You made that choice.
We need a place. I need to go to bed.
Alright, let's go a ways. We can make camp.
I feel wrong.
It's not wrong. Honestly, they were attacking us. We fought for ourselves. You told me to stop. I stopped. You thought it was a good thing to mercy kill them. You saw it was harder than you thought it was, and you stopped. Look, both of you. You're new at this, clearly.
I mean, no shit.
Here's the thing. You're going to have to make decisions out here. If you run into a group of goblins, are you killing them or are you letting them go? We went halfway, and you saw what happens when you make halfway decisions. You look at ugly truths, and then you have to think about them for a while. If we just walked away from the cart, none of this would have happened, right? But other people would have shown up and got murdered by them. Trying to help like you were. Right? If you walked up without us, they would have skewered you.
That's true.
If we went down there into their hole, who knows what kind of traps they had. If we didn't do the cruel thing, maybe they kill us down there. Right?
A meta question.
Yo.
Is Machiavellian philosophy, like, popular in this world? Can you do a history check for Machiavellian philosophy?
Make the history check.
That's a 22.
You know that a lot of adventurers have that mindset where they're willing to do whatever it takes to achieve their goals. And you also know that as a result of that, you have read many accounts of adventurers doing absolutely abhorrent things. Sometimes because they thought it was necessary, sometimes because it was necessary, and other times just because it was easier.
I would like walk out, pop out a scroll case, kind of like hold out a map. Look, both of you, if you keep along this path a little ways, there's a camp that comes up a bit further along the path. I say, both of you, you go there, you take the 3 horses, you get a little bit of rest.
What are you doing?
Remember what I said about half measures being a bad idea? I'm gonna go finish this business. I'll be back by about mid-evening. I'll take second watch.
No!
Look, I get it. I'm used to this kind of thing at this point. The
Well,
two of
I'm
you
not,
aren't.
and I'm stupid, and I'm gonna try and stop you.
Did Adelaide just call herself stupid?
Yes!
Why? Why do you want to stop me?
Because I don't think it's right. And
Why
I
don't you think it's right?
Because you're killing something, and it's my gut, and I'm gonna follow it.
You don't want to kill him? Fine. But I'm going to be keeping watch, and I suggest both of you keep a good watch to make sure they don't follow us in the middle of the night and slit our throats.
That's fair. I'll keep watch.
I'll be real fucking mad if they do.
If I get my Twitch slowed,
If I get my Twitch slowed by a goblin,
that sounds like a sex thing. Twit sounds like a...
sloot my twit.
Oh, God.
Daddy loves my twit. Roll a d6 for me.
2.
Alright, so you're gonna hit 2 people with this. Roll a d10.
10.
Okay, so that first person's gonna
Ooh.
take all the damage, and the second person is gonna take no damage. Next, if you can roll for me d4.
4.
So you're gonna cast that spell 4 times.
You're gonna hit that first person 4 times. Can you roll the d100,
Okay.
the
D8.
d8, and the d12? What's on the d8?
7.
And what's on the percentile?
20.
So
720
damage.
What's the other one?
2.
722 damage 4 times to that first person. Now roll to hit.
Okay. 12.
Sorry, you missed.